Srimatre Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hope I'm audible to everyone. Yes, if I'm audible to everyone, you can give me a thumbs up so that I'll be, yeah, thank you. Thank you. Great evening. Sorry for the technical delays. So it was a little bit late. So apologize for that. I'm Dr. Santoshni Karthikeyan, from Director and Founder of Mahavidya Institute of Excellence. I'm so happy and proud and welcoming one and all for our wonderful, amazing session on an eagle eye view on Sri Yantra, the philosophy and practice at beginners level, which will be conducted by our great Guruji, Swami Jagadatmananda Saraswati. So before entering into it, let me just give a short, quick review on what is Mahavidya, what we are doing here. So Mahavidya, we have launched it for to initiate. It is just an initiation with a magnificent dream to excel each and every being, both in academics and spirituality. So here we just not only focus only on academics, we also focus on human excellence. And the main thing which every individual is very much known, that we need an academic excellence also to have a great societal development. So on focusing on self and societal development is also being focused here. So when we are talking about an human excellence, what is this human excellence is all about? The excellence on education, on his financial growth, on his or her financial growth, on the relationship with themselves and with the society, with their members, with their peer groups, with their loved ones, and their societal status. All this is the main source, or it's like a foundation of every individual's. So the Mahavidya helps each and every individual to focus on all these four criteria and help them to grow better. And our Mahavidya Institute of Excellence is located at Sri Lalitambika Temple premises, Periyatadagam, Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu, India. So when I'm talking about Lalitambika Temple premises, I should definitely talk about the Devi here, Sri Lalitambika Amman. So this Devi is 7 feet height. And when you're just having a darshan of this Devi, I'm 100% sure that you'll be mesmerized of her beauty. And for a second, that many a times I have had this feeling that I'm there in a Sripuram and I'm not here. So you can have this blissful experience here. So our Devi is 7 feet height. Lalitambika is of 7 feet height, and we do celebrate Dashamahavidya every twice in a year. And it has been celebrated for around like 26 years. And the temple is situated in the foothills of Sri Subramania Koil, and opposite to our Anuvavi Anjaneya Nandavanam, which is the Hanuman temple, where you can see a gigantic Hanuman, which is who is of 45 feet height, and amazing darshan of that too. So here we do in Lalitambika temple, our Swamiji conducts classes on Samayachara Srividya meditation and in Upasana. So as we all know that Srividya is a practice which will be completed or which will be fulfilled only with the grace or only with the guidance of a Guru. So my Guruji, I'm so happy and I feel so excited when I talk about my Guruji, Swami Jagadatmananda Saraswati. He is sannyasi for about more than 35 years. And not only that, he is also an eminent scholar. He's a truth seeker, writer, lecturer, trainer, who has excellence in academics with the merits of MA philosophy, religion, and philosophy. And he's also a doctorate in the field of philosophy from the year 2004. Not only that, he is a main trustee in Arsha Vidya Gurukulam, Swami Dayananda Ashram, Coimbatore, and he's also one of the chief trustees of Sri Lalitambika Temple. He's a chief acharya at Dayalaya Center for Sanskrit and Vedanta. He's a visiting professor at S. Vyasa University, Bengaluru. He's a member of Board of Studies and visiting professor at Avinashi Lingam University, Coimbatore. He is also head of the chair in SJS chair for value education at Avinashi Lingam University, Coimbatore. So with all this great introduction, I welcome our Swamiji to have this class. Take over the class. Thank you, Swamiji. The class is all yours.
Great life of wisdom, health, wealth, and prosperity. Thank you for joining today in this beautiful session. Thank you, Dr. Santoshini of Mahavidya, for introducing myself to you all. More than 30 years have passed away in the Upasana. I just started with some japa, and because of Devi's Karuna, the Kripa of Gurus, Guru Mandala, I was initiated into Vedanta Sannyasa now, recently from 2017. As so many devotees are requesting to teach as earlier, Sri Vidya Upasana Marga, I decided to continue my Upadesha on Sri Vidya, even though after renunciation. I thought it is without Karma Yoga, without Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga is not possible. This is what Ishavasya Upanishad also says. Both Karma and Vidya should go together. There are 4 paths as people speak about with reference to Bhagavad Gita in related to spirituality. Actually, paths are 3 which are joining together in one path. The one path is Jnanam only. But for gaining such knowledge, we must have bhakti. We must have an attitude of devotional karma, selfless karma, and dhyana. So where do we stand now? The merger of bhakti, karma, and dhyana. Sri Vidya is the merger of bhakti yoga, karma yoga, and dhyana yoga, finally which leads to jnana, ultimate realization. So the ultimate realization is the aim. The target to be achieved is the ultimate realization. Everyone wants to lead a life of happiness. Everyone is seeking happiness. Everyone hates dukkha, misery. In this search of sukha, we obtain some happiness in between, but it never stays permanently. When we think that we have achieved the target of happiness, immediately some new problem may rise. Vedas show the path of karma kanda for a happy life. The human life is meant for that. If you are doing the anushtana, if you are following the life principles recommended by Vedas, then it will lead to a peaceful, happy life. And finally, it will further take you to jnana. Due to our deviation from the core Vedic principle to some other path, we are all struggling for lack of happiness. This lack of happiness must be the experience of all. No one can say, I am the happiest person. What happiness is mentioned here is the relative happiness. The relative happiness is this. My happiness may be smaller or bigger than your happiness. And my today's happiness may be full or incomplete, complete or incomplete when I compare with my happiness yesterday or in the previous year. Every time my life meets only with tests, pariksha. Every time we have to face the challenges. This is what? Relative happiness. But what we search for is absolute happiness. What we search for is absolute happiness. So now, in continuation with the previous class, I continue with the part 2 of Sri Vidya Upasana. According to Samayachara Sri Vidya, the world is a field of pure consciousness. This consciousness is called Shrihi. Shrihi means wealth. Shrihi means prosperity. Shrihi means the jnanam, the true knowledge, which leads to eternal happiness, absolute happiness. So Shrihi means what? Not only wealth, not only prosperity, not only the knowledge, but consciousness, which is eternal. This consciousness is a field, billions upon billions of times more powerful than any measurable energy. This cannot be called as energy, but which is the supportive consciousness for energy. And that this field of absolute consciousness, that is why I use the word absolute here, knows everything what happens, because it is the reason for this Jagat Shrishti creation, anywhere and everywhere in the universe. And it is the self-evident experience in all your life experience. It knows everything instantaneously and with absolute accuracy. We all want a healthy lifestyle full of energy. We want to be active. We want to achieve. We are very busy in searching our happiness. Will this business give me richness? Will this art give me richness? Will this investment bring me fortune? For that, I have to work energetically. So all we want is Shakti, energy. But when we are running in this search of energy, totally we end up with stress, mental stress, physical stress, exhaustion, total burnout. which leads to finally sickness and diseases. The reason is the fast lifestyle. What causes this? The whole lifestyle. The environment is polluted. Food is polluted. Air is polluted. Water is polluted. And the modern pollution is electromagnetic radiation. What you see is full of electromagnetic radiation. Even now, you and me are in electromagnetic radiation through this internet class. This causes diseases and stress. It leads to less immunity, lack of oxygen. The body becomes acidic because of our forced fast life track. We have no time to eat proper food also. Junk food has become a part of our everyday life and it is killing us slowly. Sleep problems. Because of our irregular lifestyle, aching joints, knee pain, muscle aches, feeling low and tired. It finally ends with suffering from chronic health issues. The report is shocking. What WHO, World Health Organization, says. They have said the topmost disease will be the heart disease. Every hour, around 91 people die of cardiac problems. And we have 8 lakhs new cancer patients every year. This is all about India only. You imagine about all other countries. According to WHO, there is only one announcement: you are at risk. The World Health Organization takes seriously the concerns raised by reports about possible health effects from exposures to electromagnetic fields. The electromagnetic fields. I have seen when this Lalitambika temple was inaugurated in 2000, hundreds of sparrows used to come. Hundreds, multiples of hundreds of sparrows used to come. Now sparrows are hardly seen. The exposure to this electromagnetic field may cause cancer, behavioral changes, memory loss, Parkinson's or Alzheimer's disease, stress, insomnia, and depression. Depression is the great problem of today's lifestyle. Radio waves, transmitting television, internet, microwaves from satellites. We are under satellites. If you see the sky in the night, you will see big illuminating stars. You may think it is some star. It is not a star or a planet. It is nothing but our own satellites which are coming around the earth. Electric fields, electronic fields. Finally, I can say the wired life. This life is the wired life. We are living in the concrete jungles. Is there any solution for this? Yes. Carry a Mahameru with you. If you have a computer, if you are sitting in front of a computer, keep a Mahameru along with that computer. The best ever tool for improving work efficiency, reducing stress, fatigue, achieving concentration, prevention from computer rays, EMF, etc. Our internet receives signals from the satellites. This is the antenna. Mahameru is the true antenna to receive the cosmic divine healing energy. It protects. If you keep Mahameru, it protects the universe. More energy, boosted vitality, and better health. The stress has to be removed, and we should resonate with health. Almost literally, every part of your being vibrates in harmony. When you just keep, you need not know what is a Mahameru, how it is designed, how it is activated, everything. But even without knowing all these things, if you keep this Mahameru in your room, in your house, in your office, in your city, in your country, it will create your own future. This is the cure for diseases, preventions, energetic home atmosphere. You can see every home we have stress. That too, during the lockdown period, lot of fights, lot of divorces. This removes Vastu doshas also. This keeps away from black magics and also matrix attacks. This matrix attacks is the modern black magic. It promotes positive flow of energy. Sri Yantra and Mahameru promote positive flow of energy and helps to maintain energy balance. Helps to restore energy that has become weak in the body. By restoring the energy balance, it helps one to maintain health and well-being. The future of medicine is going to be wellness, not treatment, but still we are in treating the diseases. It maintains the energy balance. It repairs our body. And if it is activated with the Sri Vidya Tattva, the energy in the Sri Yantra Mahameru, it won't get diminished. In fact, it provides you consistent energy for a lifetime. You need not recharge it. There are certain things in this world which doesn't need avahanam. Avahanam means the invoking of divine energy. Rudraksha is one of that kind. You need not chant avahana mantras to invoke Lord Shiva in the Rudraksha, because it is ever divine. You need not do avahanam for Shaligrama. You need not invoke Mahavishnu in a Shaligrama. The Shaligrama or the Shankha, the conch, is ever divine. In the same way, Sri Yantra or Mahameru need not be invoked. The very diagram, the geometrical structure itself is energetic. Once the structure is arrived with proper dimensions of golden ratios, then it is activated. If you are informed about the mantras, procedures to activate or to move with the procedures, you are blessed. If not also, if you are able to draw, if you are able to create the structure design of Mahameru or Yantra, Sri Yantra, that is it. It will give you consistent energy. How long? It is for lifetime, not to our lifetime, to the lifetime of the material in which this structure is created. See, when energy science is the modern approach, it says when a telephone, a hand phone, mobile phone rings, it creates lot of harmful radiation, tension. So we need to understand the modern lifestyle. And also, one thing I would like to clear at this stage, we don't call you back to the Vedic period. You can lead a modern life with caution, with certain protective measures. Nowadays, we can't live without medicine. Medicine is part of our food. But how to reduce the dependency on medicines, how to reduce the dependency on the modern gadgets, how to get relieved at least to a minimum level has to be thought of to create a healthy new generation with all immunity to face the challenges of the future. We need to start setting control over our lifestyles. EMF emissions can be continuous with us, such as mobile telephone transmission waves, TV waves, internet waves. Every minute we are connected with this. And if you are using Sri Yantra Mahameru, totally it will protect you. It works both outwardly and inwardly. It enhances the body's biofield. It helps to create the psychological as well as physiological energies. Lot of health benefits also there in using Mahameru. Reduces inflammation, promotes unclamping of cells, enhances blood circulation, enhances immunity and endocrine systems. Endocrinology is a very profitable area of medicine today, as diabetes is the #1 diseases, which is the mother of all diseases. Has the ability to destroy viruses and bacteria, enhances the cellular nutrition and detoxification, very important. The food is contaminated from the seed level. And I can add more and more regarding this, because a lot of researchers are going internationally, scientifically, regarding this Sri Chakra, Sri Yantra, Mahameru energy fields. So far, we were talking about the scientific analysis of the present day world, and I introduced a solution which is Sri Yantra or Mahameru. Sri Yantra and Mahameru are the real solution for all human problems. How it works, how to use it, we are going to teach and it will be a great experience to see the change in your life. Once you connect with this system of Sri Yantra field energy, Sri Yantra energy field, then from the day one, even from today, you can see the changes. Because it addresses all the human problems without leaving any nucleus, it attends all human problems. This is the Mahameru energy healing wand. This wand denotes the 7 chakras, and in the end, Mahameru made out of spatika is fixed, and it cleanses, energizes, and stabilizes the energy. There are proper techniques. In future classes, I will explain about it. And the Sri Yantra. Now we enter into the spiritual side. So far, we were talking something about scientific aspects. Now I take you to the spiritual aspect. What you are seeing on the screen is the Ganapati mantra and the Ganapati chakra. Always we have to understand in 4 aspects: Nama, Rupa, Shabda, Artha. Nama, Rupa, Shabda, Artha. Nama is the name of a deity, a devata. Rupa is the form, appearance of the devata. Shabda is the related mantra, and Artha, the meaning for that mantra. When I say Ganapati, the name, Ganapati is the Shabda, Ganapati is the name. And once the name is uttered, you visualize a deity, Ganapati Devata, with elephant face. It denotes 5 energies of 5 elements. It is denoted by the 5 pointed star. In the middle, you see Gam. Gam is the Bija Akshara of Ganapati invocation in Sri Vidya Sampradaya. Once you are registered with the regular classes, we will initiate only with Gam mantra. Gam is the Shabda. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. This is the Ekakshara, 1 syllable, Gam. But it has great meaning. In Sanskritam, the Gam Dhatu leads to a Latlakara Pratama Purusha Ekavachanam Gacchati. Gam Gacchati. Gam Gatau is the meaning. Gatau or Gacchati means Saha Gacchati, he moves, he goes. This Gam Dhatu denotes a movement. What is moving here? The whole Jagat is moving here. The whole world is moving. Can you say the world stops for a second, or the planetary movements stop for a second or fraction of second? No. Everything is in move. What is not moving in this Jagat, in this universe? Everything is moving. We are also moving. You may think that you are sitting in your chair in your drawing rooms, looking at the internet, attending the class, but you are in move. You are moving. Moving on a great vehicle called Earth. Earth comes around Sun. Earth is not stable. It comes around Sun. It rotates itself. You are in moving, ever, forever. Like that, your mind also in Chalana. Sanchala. What is this Manas? This Manas is expressed in Vedic terms as Sankalpa Vikalpatmikam, Ragadvesham. The mind has two extreme ends, 0, 1 or 1, 0. Between these two binaries, the mind is oscillating. Yes, no. Yes, no. These are the two words which moves the mind. Yes, no. Yes, no. Do you like this class? Only two answers you can say. Yes, I like this class. No, I don't like this class. Only two answers you can say. Yes, no. Yes, no. No, yes. Do you want to buy this? No. Yes. Yes, no. Do you need this? Yes or no? Do you want to travel? Yes or no? Only these two answers, because that is called mind. The mind is oscillating between these two only. Gum stops the mind. Gum takes you to silence. This is the philosophical meaning of Gam Shabda. The grammatical meaning is countered by this philosophical meaning. Gam Gacchati is stopped. It becomes Tishtati. Sta Tishtati. Tishtati means stands. Stands without moving. So, Ganapati mantra has the great power of removing the sanchala, the oscillation of our mind between the two extremes. Once this is achieved, I can call you as a meditator. You are meditating. For that, people speak about lot of techniques. There are a lot of techniques available in the market for 1 rupee to $1 million. Lot of techniques are sold. Nothing seems to be working as this mantra works immediately. Gum leads to silence. And I think a lot of Tamil people are here. In Chennai, people used to use this slang, Gammunagadapa. In Coimbatore also, they used to say Gammundru, Gammutundu. They used to say in slangs. It means be in silence. A very colloquial meaning. Even a layman uses this, but without knowing the in-depth meaning. What a wonder. It is a Vedic mantra. The artha is silence. The shabda is gam. Nama is Ganapati. Rupa is elephant. Shabda is gam. Artha is the great silence. Everything is resolved in silence. What do you observe? you are observing the chanting of Omkara. But the secret of Samayachara Sri Vidya says, don't observe the Shabda of Omkara. Concentrate in the silence between two Oms. That is Turiyam. You have to concentrate and meditate upon the silence between two Omkaras. Concentrating on Omkara is Saguna Brahmam, which has Nama Rupa Shabda. Concentrating in silence is Artha Rupam, the meaning. So the whole purpose of human life is Moksha Purushartha. What is Moksha? Moksha is liberation. That liberation is in silence, not after death, while living. Jivite Mukti. If you want this, the blissful existence while living, Gam is the beginning. So you are now introduced with the great secret of Gam mantra. From today you can start Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. In certain pronunciation methods, it is Om Gang Ganapataye Namaha. But it is better to chant Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha in the beginning. But understand that there is an expression called Om Gang Ganapataye Namaha also in chanting. This is the Gayatri mantra for Ganapati. Om Ekadantaya Vidmahe Vakratundaya Dhimahi Tanno Dantif Prachodayat. The Visarga will produce one F sound. Tanno Dantif Prachodayat. If you don't pronounce this properly, it will not give the expected benefit. Om Ekadantaya Vidmahe Vakratundaya Dhimahi Tanno Dantif Prachodayat. Om Ekadantaya Vidmahe Vakratundaya Dhimahi Tanno Dantif Prachodayat is the right pronunciation. Now you see the Rupa of Ganapati and the Gayatri mantra of Ganapati. Gayatri mantra is made out of 24 aksharas and ends with Prachodayat. I pray the Ganapati who has one danta. Why? He has broken another danta. The Eka denotes the Advaita Rupam. Dvaita is Mithya, falsehood, untruth. Ganapati is Eka Dantaha because he has removed the falsehood. Falsehood is removed. And the falsehood is removed by what? By knowledge, writing, Vidya. When you take Vidya, the falsehood is removed, is the meaning of this mantra. Then I introduce the Guru Paduka mantra as we announced. You can note this, and this text will be sent to you, the links will be sent to you, so you can learn that. Om Ainkara Hrimkara Rahasya Yukta Shrimkara Gudartha Mahavibhutya Omkara Marma Pratipadini Bhyam Namo Namaha Shri Guru Paduka Bhyam. This is the mantra for Guru Paduka. In Sri Vidya Upasana, this Guru Paduka mantra is very, very important to enter further levels. So this Guru Paduka mantra is done with Mrigi Mudra. Mrigi Mudra is like a deer in two hands keeping over the head, and it denotes the Guru's Kripa, who initiates us with Ain, Cream, and the secrets of Shreem along with the Omkara Marma. The Marma. Marma means, I will explain you. Marma is the meeting point of three. For example, if you see a into mark has two lines crossed. This into mark denotes, in Sanskritam, it is called Sandhihi, meeting point of two, Sandhihi. For example, if the night is meeting the dawn, there is the Pratah Kala Sandhihi, Ushaskala Sandhihi, the early morning, Sandhi. And in the evening also Sandhi. Madhyanikam also Sandhi. That is why we chant Gayatri Mantra in these 3 times during Sandhya Kala. What is Marma? If 3 points are meeting, that is the Marma. In our physical body, there are 108 Marma points. The Marma healing is a great healing. And the Sri Yantra has all these 108 Marma points meeting of 3 lines. So, Guru will explain about Omkara Marma. So, please note this mantra. It will be very helpful for invoking the grace of Guru. And I told I will tell you about the Mrigi Mudra. This is the Mrigi Mudra. Aimkara Hrinkara Rahasya Yukta Shrimkara Gudartha Maha Vibhutya Omkara Marma Pratipadinebhyam Namo Namaha Shri Guru Paduka Abhyam. This is the Guru Paduka mantra, visualizing the sandals of Guru is over the head. And I congratulate all of you. You have entered into a great ancient science. And the aim of Mahavidya Institute of Excellence is to bring out the scientific factors behind this Vidya philosophy. We are doing research scientifically to prove whatever the healing power in Sri Yantra and the Sri Vidya concepts, what are all the healing power which will save the humanity from calamities, not only from diseases, from natural calamities, etc. We are trying to bring out a lot of secrets, more researches from Mahavidya Institute worldwide. So I hope we have understood the beginning concepts of Sri Vidya Upasana and the Tattva. The philosophy is very important. As far as Samayachara Sri Vidya is concerned, it is based on Advaita, non-dualism, and it is very much philosophical than ritualistic. Welcome and thank you. We will meet in the 3rd part. One more free class will be there. We will meet in the 3rd part of this Sri Vidya classes, and we will bring more introduction to the scientific aspects of Sri Vidya Upasana. And I have to give a disclaimer. I told the Sri Chakra is the healing force, has healing force and all. And there must be a disclaimer. So it is all faith-based and understanding based. And you have to connect with this. And that is why I used to say, from the hospital, they give medicines and they put in a cover and they write Sa Mun Sa Pin. What is that Sa? So seeing that itself, we get a negative vibration. If you take a tablet, expiry date. Whose expiry, sir? Question. So just to make you laugh, we are not beating with anyone. This must be a contribution and complementary to modern science and the medical field. So this is only a research-based technique. you all should support us. You all should take part of this mission of Mahavidya Institute. So we can bring out certain research papers, PhD, doctorate papers through universities. International universities are interested to bring out already some papers, some PhDs have been brought out regarding Srividya. And in our website also, one of our students has published an international paper of Srividya, and particularly the Srividya practiced in Sri Lalitambika organizations. So international paper it is. Very soon it will come to your learning. So you all should support this mission. This is absolutely a new mission which is totally non-commercial, which is pious, religious, humble. So you should not mistake anything as I comment widely about all the modern life. You should not mistake it. We are also using the modern amenity called Zoom, internet, etc. But I have a Mahameru with me. Let this Meru energy protect all. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Dhanyavadaha. If you have any question, you can send to Mahavidya email. I am happy to answer you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Swamiji. So, as Swamiji have said, all the importance about Mahameru Sri Yantra. So, I have to mention few words here that many of our students, devotees, were asking for Mahameru Sri Yantra, and the goddess which you see here is our the exact resemblance of our Lalitambika Devi, who is in Lalitambika Temple, Periyatadagam. So it's an exact miniature version of our Devi. So all these are particularly tailor-made, and it has been highly energized based on the students or the devotee, whoever is asking for it. And it will be energized with their name, nakshatras and sankalpas also. And the main thing here is that the Mahameru or Sri Yantra or the miniature idol of Lalitambika Devi will be delivered only after 25 to 30 days. And since we all were in pandemic situations, there were very high delays in producing them. And also after we receive it, we cleanse it, we energize it, and then it will reach to you. So kindly bear with the timings and with the delays. So thank you all. So this is our number. You can reach me through the two numbers. You can WhatsApp me, or you can even mail me at mahavidyaexcellence@gmail.com, or you can contact me at 807-2222-614 or 94436-90999. Thank you so much. Thank you all for staying with us, for your time, and you have connected with us. Do follow us in Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Sorry, ma'am.
Thank you.
I need the phone number, please.
Yeah, sure. It is 807-2222-614. The other number is 94436-90999.
Thank you. Thank you.
And please bear with the delay where if you are messaging immediately. If we are not in the class, we are not in the session, I'll immediately respond to you. Our team members will immediately respond. If we are in a class, if we are in a session, then there will be sheer delay in it. So please do not get angry on that, or don't get disappointed. Thank you so much. Follow us in Facebooks, Instas, and YouTubes for the further updates. Thank you so much.